Good day, everyone. Welcome to English Talking Practice. I'm Lily, and David's here with me today. David, quick question. What's the last book that completely captivated you?
Hey there, listeners. Thanks for joining us. Oh, that's a great question, Lily. I just finished a thriller that I couldn't put down. I stayed up until 2 a.m. to finish it. What about you?
I'm currently reading a beautiful novel about family and identity. I'm only halfway through, but I'm already thinking about it constantly.
That's the magic of a great book, isn't it? And that's exactly what we're exploring today.
That's right. Today, we're learning how to talk about your favorite books in English, discussing favorites, recommending reads, and sharing your love of literature.
Books are such a wonderful conversation topic. They connect people, spark discussions, and reveal so much about someone's interests and personality.
And talking about books comes up all the time, in book clubs, on dates, at parties, in online communities, and when meeting fellow readers.
But here's the challenge for English learners. You might love reading, but describing what you love about a book can be surprisingly difficult.
Maybe someone asks, "What's your favorite book?" and you freeze, unable to explain why it's special beyond, "It's good."
Or perhaps you want to recommend a book to someone, but you can't describe it without spoiling the plot or making it sound boring.
Maybe you've heard book lovers say things like page-turner or character-driven, but you're not sure how to use these terms naturally.
That's what we're tackling today. By the end of this episode, you'll confidently discuss books, make recommendations, and connect with other readers in English.
So what's our reading list for today? First, essential book vocabulary, genres, formats, and literary terms.
Then we'll cover how to describe what a book is about, discussing characters and plot, expressing what you liked or disliked about a book, and making recommendations.
We'll practice talking about authors, discussing themes, joining book conversations, and asking others about their reading preferences.
This knowledge helps with book club discussions, making friends through shared reading interests, academic conversations, online book communities, and enriching your social interactions.
When someone asks, "What are you reading?" or "Can you recommend a good book?" you'll have thoughtful, engaging answers. Before we turn the page to our lesson, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that button. Make it your next chapter in learning English.
And share this episode with fellow book lovers or anyone learning English. Let's build a reading community together.
Perfect. Let's dive in and learn how to talk about favorite books in English. Okay, David, let's start with fundamental vocabulary. What are the basic terms for talking about books?
Great starting point. A book is the general term, but we have specific types. A novel is a long fictional work. I'm reading a novel about World War II.
Fiction is imaginative, made-up stories. Nonfiction is factual, real information. I prefer fiction to nonfiction.
Author or writer, the person who wrote the book. My favorite author is Margaret Atwood.
Title, the name of the book. What's the title of that book you mentioned?
Plot is the main story or sequence of events. The plot was really engaging, or the plot twist shocked me.
Characters are the people in the story. The main character or protagonist is the central person. The antagonist opposes them.
Setting is where and when the story takes place. The setting is Victorian London, or it's set in the future.
Theme is the main idea or message. The themes are love and sacrifice, or it explores themes of identity.
Genre is the category or type of book. This is super important for describing and finding books.
Let's go through common genres. Fiction includes many types. Literary fiction is serious, character-focused, often award-winning.
Mystery or detective fiction, solving crimes or puzzles. Thriller, suspenseful, fast-paced, often dark.
Romance is love stories. Historical fiction is fictional stories set in real historical periods.
Science fiction or sci-fi, futuristic, technology, space. Fantasy, magic, mythical creatures, imaginary worlds.
Horror is scary, frightening stories. Young adults or YA for teenage readers, but loved by adults too.
Nonfiction genres include biography, someone's life story, autobiography or memoir, the author's own life story.
Self-help is advice for personal improvement. True crime is real criminal cases.
History, science, philosophy, travel, cookbooks, all nonfiction categories.
Now book formats: hardcover or hardback, rigid covers; paperback, flexible paper covers, usually cheaper;
Ebook or ebook, digital book on a device; audiobook, an audio recording you listen to.
Kindle is Amazon's e-reader, often used generically, like I read it on my Kindle.
Now let's talk about parts of a book. Chapter is a section or division. I'm on chapter 5.
Page is I'm on page 203, or it's a 400-page book.
Cover is the front of the book. The cover art is beautiful. We say, don't judge a book by its cover as an idiom.
Blurb or synopsis is the description on the back. The blurb sounded interesting.
Quick reminder, if you're a book lover learning this vocabulary, drop a comment. Tell us what you're currently reading.
Yes, we want to know what's on your nightstand or in your e-reader right now.
Now let's discuss how to describe what a book is about without spoiling it.
Yes, this is tricky. You want to intrigue people without revealing too much.
Start with the basics. It's a blank genre about blank topic, like it's a mystery about a missing woman.
It follows character, who, situation. It follows a detective who investigates a series of murders.
It's set in blank place or time. It's set in 1920s Paris, or it's set in a dystopian future.
The main character is a young woman trying to solve her sister's disappearance.
Use vague but intriguing language. It explores, it deals with, it's about.
It explores themes of friendship and betrayal. You're not spoiling, just describing themes.
Without giving too much away, use this phrase when you're being careful about spoilers.
Let's practice. David, describe a book without spoiling it.
Okay, so I recently read The Silent Patient by Michael Michaelides. It's a psychological thriller about a woman named Alicia who shoots her husband and then never speaks another word. The book follows a psychotherapist who becomes obsessed with getting her to talk and uncovering why she did it. It's set mostly in a psychiatric facility in London. Without giving too much away, the plot twists are incredible. I genuinely didn't see the ending coming. It explores themes of trauma, obsession, and the unreliability of memory. If you like psychological thrillers with unexpected endings, you'll love this.
Perfect. You gave enough information to hook someone without spoiling the twists. My turn. I just finished The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. It's a contemporary fiction novel about a woman named Nora who finds herself in a magical library between life and death. Each book in this library represents a different life she could have lived if she'd made different choices. She gets to explore these alternate lives and see how things might have turned out differently. It's set partly in a small English town and partly in this surreal, magical library. The book explores themes of regret, possibility, depression, and what makes life worth living. It's deeply philosophical, but also very accessible and moving. If you've ever wondered what if about your life choices, this book will resonate with you.
Excellent. See how we both gave plot overview, setting, themes, and a recommendation, all without major spoilers?
Right, we used phrases like without giving too much away, it follows, it explores, which are perfect for book descriptions.
Now, let's discuss how to express what you liked or disliked about a book.
Yes, this is where you can really share your opinion and connect with other readers.
For positive reactions, I loved it, I really enjoyed it, it was amazing, it was brilliant, it was captivating.
I couldn't put it down means it was so engaging you wanted to keep reading. It's a page turner means the same thing.
It kept me on the edge of my seat, suspenseful and exciting. I was completely absorbed, or I was engrossed.
It made me think, or it was thought-provoking, intellectually stimulating. It stayed with me. You kept thinking about it afterward.
The writing is beautiful, or the prose is gorgeous, commenting on the author's style.
The characters are well developed, or the characters feel real. Good character writing.
The plot is intricate, or the story is compelling, praising the narrative.
For negative reactions, I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't for me. I couldn't get into it. I struggled with it.
It was slow-paced, or it dragged, boring or too slow. It was confusing, or I had trouble following it.
The characters were flat, or I couldn't connect with the characters. Poor character development. The plot was predictable, no surprises. The ending was disappointing, unsatisfying conclusion.
It was too long, or it could have been shorter, needed editing.
You can be diplomatic with criticism. It wasn't what I expected, or it just wasn't my style.
I can see why people like it, but it wasn't for me. Acknowledging others' opinions while stating yours.
Let's practice expressing opinions. Lily, tell me about a book you loved and why.
Okay. One book I absolutely loved was Educated by Tara Westover. It's a memoir about a woman who grew up in a survivalist family in rural Idaho with no formal education, and she eventually goes on to earn a PhD from Cambridge. What I loved most was how she writes about the power of education to transform your life, while also dealing with the painful loss of family connections. The writing is stunning. It's honest, raw, but also beautifully crafted. I was completely absorbed from the first page. It made me think deeply about family loyalty, identity, and what we owe to the people who raised us versus what we owe to ourselves. It's one of those books that stayed with me for weeks after I finished. I found myself recommending it to everyone I know.
That sounds powerful. Let me share one I struggled with. I tried to read Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace because everyone says it's a masterpiece, but honestly, I couldn't get into it. It's over 1,000 pages, and I made it about 200 pages in before giving up. The plot was confusing, jumping between different timelines and perspectives without much guidance. The footnotes, there are hundreds of footnotes, some several pages long, disrupted the reading experience for me. I can appreciate that it's ambitious and experimental, and I understand why critically acclaimed books love it, but it just wasn't for me. I found it exhausting rather than enjoyable. Sometimes critically acclaimed books just don't click with you, and that's okay.
See how we both gave detailed reasons for our opinions? We didn't just say good or bad.
Right, we mentioned specific elements: writing style, plot structure, emotional impact, reading experience.
Now let's discuss making book recommendations.
Yes, this is a skill, matching books to people's tastes.
Start by asking about preferences. What kind of books do you usually enjoy? Or what was the last book you loved? What are you in the mood for? Or do you prefer fiction or nonfiction?
When recommending, I think you'd really enjoy, or based on what you said, I'd recommend.
If you liked blank, you'll probably like another blank, comparing to books they know.
You have to read, or you should definitely check out enthusiastic recommendation.
I can't recommend this highly enough. Extremely strong recommendation.
This is perfect for matching book to situation. This is perfect for a long flight, or this is perfect for summer reading.
Warn about potential issues. Just so you know, it's quite long, or fair warning, it has some graphic content.
It's a bit slow at first, but stick with it, acknowledging weaknesses while still recommending.
If giving this episode a thumbs up, share it with your book club members or reading friends. This vocabulary is essential for book discussions.
Yes, whether you're discussing classics or contemporary fiction, these phrases help you articulate your thoughts.
Let's practice a recommendation conversation.
Great idea. I'll ask you for a recommendation.
Sure.
David, I'm looking for something to read on my vacation next month. I want something engaging, but not too heavy or depressing. I loved Where the Crawdads Sing and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Any recommendations?
Okay, based on those, I think you'd really enjoy The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. It's historical fiction set in France during World War II, following two sisters and their different experiences of the war. It's beautifully written, emotionally powerful, but also has a strong narrative drive that keeps you turning pages. Fair warning, there are some tough moments since it is about war, but it's ultimately uplifting and focuses on resilience and love. It's the kind of book that's perfect for vacation because you'll want to keep reading. Another one that comes to mind is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. It's set in the 1960s and follows a female chemist who ends up hosting a cooking show. It's funny, feminist, and heartwarming. Much lighter than The Nightingale, but still substantive. Both have strong female characters and beautiful writing, which seems to be a preference. What do you think?
Those both sound perfect. I think I'll start with Lessons in Chemistry since I want something lighter. Thanks for the recommendation.
Perfect. Let me know what you think.
See how David asked clarifying questions, connected his recommendations to books I loved, warned about content, and gave options?
Right. Good recommendations are thoughtful and personalized, not just read this because I liked it.
Now let's discuss talking about authors and writing style.
Yes, this helps people understand what you mean.
My favorite author is Jane Austen.
I love their writing style, or their prose is beautiful, appreciating how they write.
They have a unique voice, distinctive writing personality. Their voice is so distinct.
They're known for intricate plots and complex characters.
I've read everything by Agatha Christie.
They write in a very describing style. They write in a very sparse, minimalist way, or they write in a very lyrical, poetic way.
Accessible means easy to read. Their writing is very accessible, even though the topics are complex.
Dense or challenging means difficult or complex. Their writing is quite dense. You need to focus.
Descriptive or vivid, lots of sensory details. Their descriptions are so vivid you can picture everything.
Dialogue heavy, plot driven, character driven.
Let's talk about comparing books and authors.
Yes, this helps people understand what you mean.
It's similar to, or it reminds me of, it's similar to Gillian Flynn's work.
If you like author, you'll like author. If you like Stephen King, you'll like Joe Hill.
It's like book meets book. Creative comparison. It's like Harry Potter meets the Hunger Games.
Think Pride and Prejudice, but set in modern-day Pakistan.
Now let's discuss reading habits and preferences.
Yes, sharing how you read connects you with others.
I'm a fast reader, or I'm a slow reader, reading speed.
I read before bed every night, or I read on my commute. When you read.
I usually read multiple books at once, or I only read one book at a time.
I'm a rereader. You reread favorites. I rarely reread books. You prefer new books.
I prefer physical books, or I love the feel of a real book. Format preference.
I mostly read ebooks, or I'm all about audiobooks. Digital preferences.
I listen to audiobooks during my workout. How you consume books.
I'm part of a book club, or I track my reading on Goodreads. Reading community.
Let's put everything together in a complete book conversation.
Perfect. A natural conversation between two book lovers.
Hey David, I saw you with a book at lunch. What are you reading?
Oh, I'm reading Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Have you heard of it?
The name sounds familiar. Isn't that the author who wrote The Martian?
Exactly. Same author. If you liked The Martian, you'll love this one. It's also sci-fi, very science-heavy but accessible and funny. It's about an astronaut who wakes up alone on a spaceship with no memory of how he got there, and he has to figure out his mission to save Earth.
That sounds intriguing. How far into it are you?
About halfway through. I'm completely hooked. I've been staying up way too late because I can't put it down. It's definitely a page-turner. The main character is really likable, and the science is fascinating without being overwhelming. What about you? What are you reading these days?
I just started The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It's a retelling of the Iliad from Patroclus' perspective, focusing on his relationship with Achilles.
Oh, I've heard amazing things about that. Isn't that the one that made everyone cry?
Yes, I'm only a few chapters in, but the writing is absolutely gorgeous. It's so lyrical and poetic. Even though I know how the story ends, it's Greek mythology, I'm already emotionally invested in the characters. I'm trying to pace myself because I know it's going to wreck me emotionally.
That's the mark of great writing. Even when you know the ending, you're still invested. Are you usually into mythology retellings?
Not typically, but I loved Madeline Miller's other book, Circe, so I wanted to try this one. I'm generally more into contemporary fiction and memoirs. Speaking of which, have you read Educated by Tara Westford?
No, but it's on my list. Everyone raves about it. What did you think?
It's one of the best memoirs I've ever read. It's about a woman who grows up in this isolated survivalist family with no formal education and eventually gets a PhD from Cambridge. The writing is incredible, and it really makes you think about family, education, identity. I couldn't put it down. I'd highly recommend it if you're looking for your next read after Project Hail Mary.
That sounds perfect, actually. I like alternating between fiction and nonfiction, so a memoir would be a good follow-up. How do you decide what to read next? Do you plan it out?
Not really. I usually have a stack of books I want to read, and I just choose based on my mood. Sometimes I'm in the mood for something heavy and thought-provoking. Other times I want something light and escapist. What about you?
I'm pretty similar. I try to mix genres so I don't get stuck in a rut. After sci-fi, maybe I'll read that memoir you mentioned, then maybe a mystery or thriller. I also get a lot of recommendations from my book club.
You're in a book club. That's great. How often do you meet?
Once a month. It's a small group, just 6 people, and we rotate who picks the book. It's been really good for pushing me out of my comfort zone. I've read books I never would have chosen myself.
That's one of the best things about book clubs. Have you read anything surprising that you ended up loving?
Actually, yes. Someone chose The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, which isn't typically my genre, but I was completely blown away. It's about twin sisters who grow up in a small black community and then choose very different paths. One lives as a black woman, the other passes as white. It's beautifully written, and it really makes you think about family, education, identity. I couldn't put it down. I'd never have picked it up on my own, but it's now one of my favorites.
I love that book. The writing is stunning. See, that's why I want to join a book club. I tend to stay in my comfort zone otherwise.
You should. It really does expand your reading horizons. Plus, it's nice to have people to discuss books in depth.
You're convincing me. Maybe I'll look for one in my area. Do you ever do buddy reads with friends outside the book club?
Sometimes, my friend and I are planning to both read Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, so we can discuss it. Have you heard of it?
I have. It's supposed to be amazing, a modern retelling of Davely Copperfield set in Appalachia, right?
Exactly. It won the Pulitzer Prize. I'm excited, but also a bit intimidated because it's quite long, over 500 pages.
Worth that from what I've heard. Sometimes the long ones are the most immersive. When you're done, let me know what you think.
Definitely. And you have to tell me how the Song of Achilles goes, though I already know I'll need tissues ready when I read it eventually.
I'll report back, maybe with a box of tissues recommendation.
See, everyone? That conversation covered recommendations, current reads, reading preferences, book clubs, and made connections between books.
Right. We asked follow-up questions, shared enthusiastically, and built on each other's comments naturally.
Now let's do our recap.
All right, everyone, let's recap what we learned about talking about favorite books.
We covered book vocabulary, genres, describing plots, expressing opinions, making recommendations, and natural book conversations.
Keywords: novel, fiction, author, plot, character, genre, page-turner, recommend, captivating, thought-provoking.
Pronunciation practice. Repeat. Novel.
Novel,
Character.
character,
Genre.
genre,
Protagonist.
protagonist.
Key phrases. I couldn't put it down.
I couldn't put it down.
It's a psychological thriller about a missing woman.
It's a psychological thriller about a missing woman.
I'd highly recommend this book.
I'd highly recommend this book.
What are you reading these days?
What are you reading these days?
Question-answer practice.
What kind of books do you enjoy?
I love mysteries and thrillers. I like books that keep me guessing. Can you recommend something?
If you liked that one, you should try Gone Girl. It has similar twists. What did you think of the ending?
I was shocked. I didn't see it coming at all. Remember, books connect us across time, space, and cultures.
Reading expands our world and our vocabulary.
Now, our question of the day.
Well, David, I hope this episode helps people share their love of reading.
Me too. Books are such a gift, and talking about them deepens the experience.
Your challenge. Recommend one book to someone this week and explain why you think they'd like it.
And ask someone what they're reading. Start a book conversation.
Question of the day. What's one book that had a huge impact on you and why? Tell us the title and what made it special.
For example, To Kill a Mockingbird changed how I think about justice and empathy. Scout's perspective opened my eyes.
We can't wait to hear about the books that shaped you. Your recommendation might become someone else's favorite.
Remember, there are no guilty pleasures in reading. Read what you love.
Every book has value if it means something to you.
That's our episode.
I'm Lily.
And I'm David.
Thank you for joining us on English Talking Practice.
Subscribe for more episodes that help you discuss your passions in English.
Comment with your favorite book. Let's build a reading list together from around the world.
Keep reading, keep learning, keep sharing stories.
Until next time, happy reading.
See you in the next episode.